November afternoon. Great day for a game of college football. 38 degrees. Indiana won the toss and will defer. Will Horn is kicking off, and back deep for Purdue, Higgins and Johnson. But they hang it up high, and it comes down at the 21-yard line, and that's where Purdue will start its offense. Starting quarterback is Rick Trefsker. He's a 6'2", 205-pound senior from Wickliffe, Ohio. He has good poise and toughness, and he's respected by his teammates. First down and 10 from the 22-yard line. Backs lining up out of the eye. That's Mike Alstott, making an assault today on the Purdue rushing record book. Now the backs are split behind Trefsker. They hand it off to Edwin Watson. Watson gains about 4 yards. Brought down by Jabbar Robinson.
This ball game, so a different wrinkle for the Indiana defense.
They hand it off to Alstott, powering his way out close to the 30-yard line. Brought down by Eric Smedley. We'll hear that a lot. The safety's making tackles on run support for Indiana. Look at the open side. 340. That's a lot of cornbread. Third down and 3 for Purdue on its opening drive. Check that. 3rd and 2 now, they say. Alstott trying to bounce it outside, and he's close to the first down marker. He's spotted out of bounds at the 32, and he's not that happy with the spot. Nathan Davis pushed him out of bounds.
But what a great effort by Mike Alstott, and that's the thing that the NFL scouts look at is not only is he the big, strong, physical guy, but he shows that he's got that quickness to bounce that play to the outside and stretch and possibly get the first down. He's not only strong, but has the quickness to see that he can get to the outside and pop that ball out to the corner.
Let's take a look. Twins right for Purdue. Tailback. That's number 36, Edwin Watson again, who ran. It's Alstott in motion this time. 2nd down and 8. Trefsker with time. Gets rid of it. It's complete. Now, depending on the spot, they mark it at the 39-yard line. Craig Allen,
as you mentioned, very disappointing.
Bill Mallory makes no excuses for his team's disappointing season. His defense on the field right now. 3rd down and 3 for the Boilermakers. The draw play, and they have the first down, and then some. Watson out of bounds, marked at the 10-yard line, but there's a flag down at the 11. Edwin Watson out of Pontiac, Michigan, showing you some of his speed on that 49-yard bolt. Watson out of the eye.
See, here's the 8-man front, and Trefsker reads it and is audibly, probably a quick throw.
Looking for the hot receiver on the slant. Incomplete. Good coverage by number 21 that time. Pardon me, 31, Joey Elms.
Excellent coverage by Elms, but the right
decisions. His downside is that he is not that mobile back there in the pocket. So he's got to get rid of it in time. Backs out of the eye on 2nd down and 10, ball at the 13. They move the pocket. Trefsker completes the pass at the 8-yard line to Craig Allen, who makes his 2nd reception of the game. Twice on 3rd down situations on this drive. Alstott in motion. Trefsker with time. Completes the pass. Watson, and he's brought down about a yard shy of the end zone.
The reception by Edwin.
I thought Trefsker was going to run this for a second. Had some room up the middle. Watch Watson. As soon as he catches it, he doesn't mess around. Goes straight up the field, gets low, and gets that ball past the first down marker.
Full house backfield. They hand it off to Alstott, and he's in the house. Touchdown, Purdue. An impressive, methodical, workmanlike drive for Purdue, and they cash in with a touchdown, courtesy of who else? Mike Alstott.
Man makers, and it doesn't take long. Kenyatta Watson fields the punt and goes 63 yards for the touchdown as Boston College takes the early lead 7-0. We'll keep you up to date all day. Mark, back to you.
All right, John, and belated happy Thanksgiving to you. Nobody was crying for John Saunders. He was over in Hawaii just a few days ago. First down and 10 for the Hoosiers on the 3-yard line in the shadows of their own goalpost. Play fake, Greenlee going downtown. Almost intercepted at the 40-yard line. Incomplete.
Our team protects the ball the best today, probably will be the winner.
And Bill Mallory, Todd, really perplexed by his poor turnover ratio this year. Really had no explanation for it.
Yeah.
They come out with a double tight end set on second down and 10 after the incompletion. The give is to Alex Smith, who runs off tackle left out to the 5-yard line.
But really took a big hit in that Northwestern game, knocked him out.
On third down and 8, play fake by Greenlee. Has a man, and his intended receiver, number 16, Ajumu Stoner, fell down.
Well, that's a danger.
45 minutes on their kicking game, trying to get squared away.
Bill Mallory feels his kicking game just flat out lost the game at Michigan State.
Zukowski gets off a wobbler that is out of bounds at the 23-yard line. That is the definition of a shank. They traveled 20 yards. Purdue in good field position when we return. And the Purdue Boilermakers lead the 75th edition of the Old Oaken Bucket game 7-0 with 10:32 to play. The Boilermakers, the toss is to Smith, trying to get to the corner, cuts it up, but he's going to be stopped short of the first down by Jamie Wischel.
Boy, what a good.
Sounds like a linebacker. Again in motion is Pollock on 2nd and 7. Hartzell straight drop. Over the middle to his tight end. Up to the 41-yard. Down the middle. So a gain of 21 on the pass to Dragos. And here's Cloud again. Looking for room and up to the 36-yard line.
Of becoming the second leading rusher, single season rusher in Purdue history. Out of the eye on 1st and 10. Tresker on the waggle. He's going to take off. And he runs it down to the 47-yard line. Backs are split behind Tresker. Now they shift into the eye. On the sweep, Watson. He is running with authority this afternoon. Edwin Watson down to the 36-yard line, an 11-yard pickup brought down by Eric Smedley, but it's another Purdue first down. Watson clearly in favor of.
He's not just a bruiser. That's why I think he'll be very versatile in the National Football League.
We'll see how they use him here on 3rd down and 6. Watson the lone back. Indiana coming on a safety blitz. Tresker still with time. Alstott can't grab it. He laid out for it at the 5-yard line, made a nice effort, but couldn't squeeze the pill. Aaron Warnicki in on the coverage.
And clearly a late hit. Nathan Davis, the best pass rusher for Indiana. A little frustrated probably that he couldn't get to the quarterback in better time that time. Had the late hit.
Tresker audibling at the line. Quick 3-step drop into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended for the team's leading receiver, Brian Alford. He was closely guarded by Joey Elms.
Defense, they've recognized the 8-man front, and he's making a lot of good decisions in both the running and passing game at the line of scrimmage.
Alstott is the deep back on the counter. Brought down from the as we look at the 3rd down conversions. Watson and Alstott split behind Tresker. 3 wide receivers for the Boilermakers. Over the middle, wide open. It's complete to Allen. Tackled by Elms at the 9-yard line. He's about 2 yards short of the first down. Well, this is a 26-yard field goal attempt out of the hold of Rob Degnan. And this one goes right down the pipes. Purdue looking impressive here in the first period of play with a 10-0 lead with 3:02 to play in the period. And folks,
under those shoulder pads and stay there.
Yeah, you get a lot more than that throughout the game.
Yeah, normally they don't call that.
Backs him up to the 33 though, so it's 1st and 19. Lucas to throw. Over the middle, he's got Funderburk to the 26. And stopped there by. So it's 2nd and goal from the 7. And Lucas to throw again. Wide open is Battaglia, and he dropped it. Take a good look at that. You won't see it very often.
Well,
14 for 74 yards. Should be 11 out of 14. Here's the draw again, and forget about it. He high steps to the end zone. No one near it. He ran it for 15 yards earlier in the game, and this time he goes 7 into the end zone.
2nd down and 3 for the Boilermakers as we begin the 2nd period. That's what they're playing for. The Old Oaken Bucket, a bucket taken from a well here in Indiana before the turn of the century. Here's the reverse. This one read like the proverbial book by Nathan Davis. Homie. Rick Trefsker laid it right in the basket, and a 69-yard pickup for Craig Allen. Smedley made the touchdown saving tackle.
Nice job by Trefsker. They have not thrown much on 1st down, and they've not tried to throw deep, but that time, good protection. Now here's Allen up here, and he's going to run the deep post, and watch the protection up front that Trefsker's going to get. They've been running the ball well, so play action's effective. Indiana is in there thinking run, and Allen does a nice job getting behind the defense. The free safety, Eric Smedley, got caught looking at the running game a little too much. Wasn't there to help over the top.
11:23 to play in the 1st half. Purdue threatening again with a 10-0 lead. Alstott, the A-train, down to the 7-yard line, tackled by Aaron Warneke. 3rd down and 2. Trefsker into the end zone. Touchdown Boilermakers. Brian Alford. Man, you can't throw it any better than that, Todd.
You're exactly right. It was a perfect throw, a great call by Tim Salem against man-to-man coverage, and this is a pattern combination that just about everybody that throws the football uses. The outside receiver runs the little hitch to hold the defense, and then the other guy goes to the corner. Now this guy's just going to try to hold the defense. This man runs the corner, and you just read it. If it's man-to-man, you go for the corner route and throw it to the back pylon of the end zone. You can see the single coverage and a perfect throw right to that back pylon. That's where you tell the receiver to run, and the ball should be there.
Bobic in for the extra point, which is good. The Boilermakers in command, leading 17-0. In West Lafayette, this is how they do it. Interesting story.
Yeah, well, he's not listed as the starter, and the reason they don't start him is because they don't feel that he blocks as well in the running game downfield, but he's their best receiver. He's the only receiver Purdue has that's caught a touchdown pass this year. That was his 7th of the season, so he may not be a great blocker, but he shows that he can make catches in the end zone.
One of those track and field guys who sometimes doesn't really warm up to going all out in practice, but that time making a great grab to give Purdue a 17-0 lead. Trouble for the Hoosiers. They are 0 for 4 in 3rd down conversion situations today. They send out 4 wideouts on 3rd and 12. Greenlee has it tipped. Stoner can't get there, and it's time to punt once again.
Great throw. You just mentioned that Trefsker seems to have a hot hand today. This is a difficult throw. The deep corner route right over the outside shoulder to Alford. He catches it in stride. That's excellent work. Here is all Rick Trefsker is finding his receivers on the outside. Very good game plan coming in by Jim Coletto's staff.
2nd down and 9 for the Boilermakers. Alstott, a huge hole up the middle, and this guy can make you pay the price. Alstott tripped up at the 12-yard line by Eric Smedley, a 24-yard scamper for the Boilermaker fullback. And rushes today 54 yards and a touchdown. Alstott and Rogers out of the eye. They give it to the A-train again, pounding his way down the track, down to the 7-yard line. Discrepancy in the total yardage. 2nd down and 14. Rogers cuts it up inside, makes it down to the 10-yard line.
On the running back.
3rd down and 8 for the Boilermakers. The slant touchdown, Purdue. Brian Alford with his 2nd touchdown catch of the game, a 10-yard one that time. Rick Trefsker has got it going on today.
What a great move by Brian Alford against the safety and man-to-man coverage. He made a nice little fake to the outside and then brought it back to the post. And again, Trefsker is very accurate today, throwing the football with great authority, but a great move by his wide receiver, Alford.
And a look at the reaction from the Purdue quarterback.
him to go down and watch the fake to the outside before coming back to the post. It's going to freeze the defender and give him a lot of room. Outside fake, turn the defender around. Nice open target for the quarterback. That's good work against man-to-man coverage by Brian Alford.
You know what you could call that move? Call it jelly, because jam doesn't shake like that. Alford with two touchdown catches
with these things in him or not?
It's Thanksgiving. Feeling good about it. Is Purdue quarterback Rick Trevsker, who is 8 of 11 for 142 yards and a couple of touchdown passes. 2nd down and 3. That's exactly what they do. But they find the hot receiver. Greenlee finds his target
Here right now to end the first half.
Yeah, and it is 1st and goal. Backside of the eye. Smith, the deep back. What an option. Greenlee keeps it himself, makes it down to the 3-yard line. That's why they have him in there. Gives them a little more mobility. They call a timeout. The tackle made by Crick and Brown. The free 3-yard line. Indiana has yet to score today. Smith and Lee lined up out of the eye. 2 tight ends set. Alex Smith, fake up the middle, and what a call. Greenlee on the naked bootleg waltzes into the end zone.
Great fake for 10. That's 60%. That's good conversion rate on 3rd down.
And Todd, this Hoosier crowd coming alive now. Urging on the defense on 3rd down. And you know what? Rick Trevsker put the silencer on this Hoosier crowd. A completion to Craig Allen for the 1st down. Back and goal today. Alstott brought down at the 1-yard line. 59 yards, just 1 yard short of the end zone. You want to talk about strength? That's what I'm talking about. Mike Alstott.
50 Sante Dean's going to put on Alstott right there, but he doesn't wrap up the tackle, and you can see Alstott just keeps his legs moving. No knee touches the ground. He kept churning his legs, and then he has the speed to almost outrun a cornerback, Eric Allen. That's a terrific run.
Out of the tee, up the middle, touchdown, Indiana, Purdue, but there is a flag on the play. Alstott making it into the end zone, but let's sort out this flag.
Have a penalty flag on the field. Touchdown is scored.
It's against the Hoosiers, and the touchdown will stand.
It was backfield. They're going to turn and run off the left side. They're going to give it to the guy who deserved it. Alstott got him down there with the long run, and we've seen 3 different types of run out of that backfield. 3 different guys have scored touchdowns from the same offensive set.
Well, you want to know why they call him the A-Train? You just saw why. Mike Alstott giving Purdue a 38-14 lead. Old Oaken Bucket. Rogers and Alstott in the backfield. This is Corey Rogers, stopped at the 25-yard line, picking up
the career record last week against Northwestern. The only one that's left for him is the single season.
And you would think, Todd, it appears right now that Jim Coletto's crew is making a concerted effort to get him that record.
Yeah, I think we are seeing that, and you know, he really didn't get that many carries in the last 2 weeks, and when you have a tough season like Purdue has had, you look for little victories, you know, small things that you can really say, hey, we were able to do this, and I'm sure Jim Coletto and his staff is saying one thing we'd like to be able to say we did was help Mike Alstott break those records, because he's been great for us for the years that he's been here. Let's turn it around and try to do something good for him.
One of the things we haven't mentioned, he wasn't highly recruited coming out of high school either. This is Corey Rogers. Rogers absorbs a hit and gave a little out too. Guess who? Guess who's got the first? And guess who could go? Alstott says see ya, and I wouldn't want to be a touchdown Boilermakers. He got a nice block from Brian Alford and goes 62 yards for the touchdown. And that is the single season rushing record in Purdue history too.
What a great moment for him. They're going to run right off the left side. Watch the blocks on the left side. Damon Lewis, the left guard. Alfie Hill, the left tackle. And once he got through the first line of defense, watch how nimble he is now setting up his blocks. He eludes one, then he allows the receiver Alford to get in front of the other guy for the block. He would not be denied getting in the end zone on that time. Alford with my parents and with my wife Sherry and my little boy Harrison, and so I'd like to. That was a great treat. Happy Thanksgiving to them, and it was nice to spend it with the family.
See, that's my problem. I have to talk to the guy who's making up the schedules at ABC. I never get close to home. 11:56 to play. Trefsker hands it off. And look at the big fella, Damon Lewis, just trying to push that pile. And when you talk about Lewis, you're talking about a push of about 360 pounds. And Dean, I ask you, Alstott down to the 10-yard line. Jones and Davis finally hauling him down. Tack on 35 more yards to his total.
Do that all the time. You're not used to seeing fullbacks who weigh 240 pounds make those kind of moves.
He takes a well-deserved breather. And this is Watson putting his sombrero down.
Game. Great football player. And I really think that the running game of Purdue, which has dominated the game now, was helped a lot by the success of Rick Trefsker throwing the ball early in the game. That kind of loosened up the Indiana defense and set up their running game.
Second down, Watson, touchdown Purdue. The running game has been the story all day for the Boilermakers. So Coletto today was 10 of 15 for 161 yards, a couple of touchdown passes. Setting the tone early on that opening drive. Marching it downfield for a touchdown. That's Lee Johnson. There's a look at the star quarterback.
He's got another year of eligibility. He's a junior. He's out of Wickliffe, Ohio. Played at Lake Catholic High School. And
look at his hair. It's still neat. What's up with that?
I don't know. That must be new helmets, because when I used to put a helmet on my head, it was some bad looking dew when that thing came off.
Oklahoma and Nebraska coming up next from Lincoln. And the Boilermakers continue to pound it out on the ground. Kendall Matthews that time doing the honors, picking up a dozen. We have a dozen ticks remaining and counting. The 75th edition of the Old Oaken Bucket goes to Purdue. They will cross the field and collect their hardware. The final score once again 51-14. We'll be back to wrap things up in just a moment. There's our final score. We'll be right back. Mike Alstott and Nathan Davis. The bucket goes to Purdue. Coming up next, Oakland.
He's hit on close to 52% of his passes so far this year. Through the air again. Good time. He's going deep at the 45-yard line. Lovett Purnell, the tight end, and back
today from Pittsburgh. That's a good future here for some of these youngsters.
And with limited scholarships all around, a lot of the younger players getting a chance to play. Time to Robert Walker. Walker exploding for first down and into Pitt territory. 3rd and 10. They are 0 for 4 in that department.
Well, let's see if Pittsburgh comes with the blitz again.
And the draw to give to Gary. Gary has room and goes into the end zone. Gary. 3rd and 10, carries it in.
One of the things that happens in that situation
is a first down. West Virginia to the line of scrimmage, which is the 47 in Pitt territory. Johnston wants to pass and goes deep. It is broken up at the goal line. Saunders, the intended receiver. Let's go to all the Pitt so far. West Virginia just a little better than that, 142. 3rd and let's call it 11. With a minute 34 left to play in the first half. Evan Johnston to the air. He has A completion. That's Vanderpool. Rasan Vanderpool, a pickup of 19. 3 receptions for 42 yards for Rasan Vanderpool. He's going deep, and it's incomplete. Vanderpool, the intended receiver, again at the goal line.
That's either coming up and faking the blitz, forcing him to audible, but he barely got that one off in time.
And across the middle, he has a receiver who breaks a tackle. That's David Saunders, and he's going to carry it into the end zone. Saunders, a 29-yard reception as Johnston is a little slow in getting up. But he appears to be all right. And a touchdown for West Virginia, making it 13-0.
They're beat.
Matt Lytle shut out so far through the first half. Starts this series of downs. Harris looking for running room and cannot find any.
Receiver set. Time's running out.
40 seconds left in the first half. Lytle drops right back the pass over the middle, and it is incomplete. Durham, the intended receiver.